group sum. This problem is taken from codingbet.com. First, let us discuss. Given an array of input, is it possible to choose a group of sum of the ints such that the group sums to the given target? Okay, this is our target. So we have to pick either sum of these integers or all of the integers in such a way that its sum should be equal to this one. Okay. Once you understand the recursive backtracking strategy in this problem, you can use the same pattern for many problems to search a space of choices. Rather than looking at the whole array, our conversion is to consider the part of the array starting at index start and continuing to the end of the array. The caller can specify the whole array simply by passing start as 0. Okay, and no loops are needed. We will use recursive calls. Okay, so here we can mention a starting index number, but if it is 0, means the whole array will be passed. Okay. Now, let us discuss this input and output. Here, 2 plus 8 is 10. That's why it is true. In this case, 2 plus 4 plus 8 is 14. That's why this is also true. But in third case, 2 plus 4 not equal 9. 2 plus 8 not equal 9. 2 plus 4 plus 8 not equal 9. 4 plus 8 not equal 9. Okay. So that's why it is false. You understood the concept? Now, let us write the program. This is our solution. So what we did, just a second, I will rename this to group sum, this one also group sum. Okay, so our array is 2, 4 and 8 and our target is 10. Okay, so what we did in this statement, we will understand line by line. Okay, in this group sum method we have 4 different statements, 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? In first statement we have written a if block, right? And what it is doing, it is checking whether this start number is greater than equal length of this array. Okay, if it is greater than equal length of the array, then it will return target double equal 0. Means if this target is 0, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Okay, how is it related with the output? We will discuss it later. So you understood this one. Now we will go for second one. In second one, what we are doing, we picked, we have declared a variable picked of boolean type, and we are storing the result of this group sum function. Okay, means from here again we are calling the group sum function. So we did a recursive call, and in this recursive call what we are doing, these are not part of this. Okay, so in this recursive function what we are doing, we increased the start value. The start value is 0, means from 0th index we are starting. Now we took this one Okay, and this target also we changed with target minus number of start, means this one 2. So means in our next recursive call, our start is 4 and target is 10 minus 2, that is 8. Okay, and sorry, our start is this index number, so it is 1. Okay, now it will check here, and then if it is true, then it will consider this statement, otherwise it will continue here. Okay, now let us do one thing. I will show this in Eclipse, and here I have added some extra code so that it will be easier to explain the process of this call. Okay, how the recursive function is called and which portion is called at which time. All these things will be clarified in an easy way with the help of these print statements. Okay, so first I will run this, then I will explain you. Okay, so at starting we have 0 as start, 2 for 8 is the array, and 10 is target, right? So here we have 0 as start, okay, our array is 2, 4 and 8 and target is 10, and this is our first call, right? So I wrote here main call, and this is a counter. Okay, now within the method we have one if this block, let us say this one if 1, okay, let us say this one if 2, I am just naming it, and this one if 3. Okay, so whenever we are calling group sum, all these 3 will be executed one by one, then it will return, right? So here the start value is 0, target is 10, and our array is 2 for 8, and we are inside our main calling method, means it is called for first time, right? Now next one, that if statement will be executed, and this if statement is saying if start is greater than equal norms dot length. So in this case we have start 0 and norms dot length means number of elements in the array, that is 3. So definitely this if will evaluate to false, so this block of statement will not execute. Okay, I have written a print statement within this block, so that whenever this block will execute, this print statement will be printed, and it will print if 1, and inside that one, at that time it will display, so I will explain at that time. Okay, for the timing leave it. So this statement skipped. Okay, so in our main, first one skipped, right? Then it will come to the second one. Now let us see what is there in second. In second we have a recursive call, right? and within this recursive call, it will call by increasing the starting value with 1. Previously it was 0, now it is 1. Okay, and array, same array, and target will be target minus numbers of start. So previously our target is 10 and numbers of start, the value of start is 0. So numbers of 0 means first element in the array, that is 2. So 10 minus 2, it is 8. Okay, so this time our target is 8 and we are calling the if2, the second one. Okay, second one of main, right? Now this if2 will pass 2, target is 8 and norms of start equal 4. Sorry, I will explain it again. I did a little bit wrong. While we are in main method, means while we are first time running our method, the value of start is 0 and value of target is 10 and the elements are 2, 4 and 8. Then the first if statement, the condition became false, so it is skipped. Then the second one, which is saying picked equal this one, we have considered it as if2 and the next one not picked is considered as if3. Okay, so this one is skipped, if2 will execute and this one picked equal, again it is calling the method, and this time when we are calling, we increase the value of start with 1 and our target is 10 and numbers of start means this one, because the value of start is 0, so numbers of start equal 2 and we are inside our main method, but this time the value of counter is 1. Okay, then as a result of this recursive calling, it called this method again, and while calling, its start value is 1 because we have passed 1 here, and target is 10 minus 2. Okay, subtraction of these two, so target is 8. And now we are inside the recursive call through this if2, means picked equal group sum 2, right? And our value of counter is I. Okay, I will explain a little bit here. See what I did here. I took a new variable string s, okay, an extra, and this is only to clarify the execution of the program. Okay, how the execution moves from one place to another and after which statement is running. Okay, all these things is to only to clarify the concept of recursion. Okay, so that's why I added this one. Otherwise, in our actual answer, it is not required. Okay, this is our actual answer. Okay, so what I did here, I added this one and I added a counter int I equal 0. So when this method is called, it will be 0, but during running, its value will increase each time. At each print statement, I am increasing its value. Okay, so here it is I plus plus, and here 1, 2, 3, 4 times I am increasing, right? So at this place it will display you value of start, value of target, and inside, in the first call it is saying main, so inside main plus this one, right? Now you will understand in a better way. See, value of start 0, value of target 10, and inside main, and the value of I is 0 at this time, only for our understanding, okay? Then after this one, this statement executed, as this condition is false, so this block will be skipped, okay? Now its turn, okay? This is our if 2 block, right? So here what we are doing, we are calling again itself, means we are performing a recursive call with new values of start and target, okay? This array is same, right? So this time our start is 1 and our target is 8, and we are inside the second call, right? In main again we are calling if 2, and within this if 2 recursive we are executing this statement, right? Now one second, yes. So from here again it moved to top, and this time the value of start is 1, so again this block will be skipped. Then it will come here, and again it will make a recursive call. Let us make it a different color, green color, okay? So again it is calling itself, so another recursive call made. Now the value of start is 2, okay, and our target is 4. Here I have written everything. See, at this point the number of start is 4 and the target is 8, so the new target is 8 minus 4, that is 4, okay? Now again this will continue, this one will be skipped, we will come here, again it will make a recursive call. Now this time let's make it a different color, okay? So this time the value of start is 3 and the value of target is 8, 4 minus 8, that is minus 4, okay? So as this value of start is 3, means it is equal to the number of elements of array, so this time it will not skip, this block will be executed, okay? And as for this block it will return target double equal 0. So now the value of our target is minus 4, so minus 4 double equal 0 will return false, okay? And where it is returning, this is important to know recursive. Yes, this one, okay? So here our start is 3 and value of target is minus 4, and we are inside main method and recursive call if 2, if 2, if 2, 3 times recursive call, okay? But how we came here? We came here from this portion, okay? From this portion we came here, so means this value will be returned to this position, right? So now observe it carefully. From this point, right, we came here, main, then recursive call if2, recursive call if2, recursive call if2. 3 times we have already called. And this is our if1 block, right? And here we got false. This false is returned here. Okay. Then it is continued. See here, main if2, and the counter I is 1. This time it became 2. Means it will continue from there. And after if2 block, we have if3 block. So if3 block is starting now. Okay. Now we will see what is there in if3 block. Okay. See the difference. This is our if2 block. Remember it. This one if3 block. You can name it with any other name. No problem. And this one if1 block. Okay. So this one will call again group sum with start plus 1, same array, and only target. This time it is not subtracting. Okay. And this last one, as I said, it is not required. So I will remove it from here. This is not a part of the answer. Okay. Now let us come to our program and try to understand it. So what happened? This one returned false to this portion, and its next statement is executed, which is again calling with start plus 1 and target. And at this position, our start plus 1 is 3 and target is 4. Okay. So with these new values, again the function is called. You observe this carefully, you will get the exact idea how recursion is working. Okay. So now we are in main if2, and from here the function is again calling through if3. Okay. Through this if3 we are calling again. So main if2, if3. Okay. With value start and target 4. Okay. Then as its value is 3, so its if1 will also execute. We have already discussed that. Okay. As per condition, if the value of start is equal to the number of elements, then it will run that block statement if1. Okay. And what it is returning? It is returning true if this target is 0, otherwise it is returning false. So it means it will return false. Okay. And to whom it will return false? It will return false to this position, because from here it is called, right? So it will return, this one will return false. I will take another color. Yes, this will return false to this one, to this position, right? Then now remember, we are at main if2, okay, and both of our statements executed, if2 and if3, right? Both of the statements of main if2. Come here again to our presentation. Yes. So this one also executed, this one also executed. So what it will do? Next it will return picked or not picked, its value. So now picked is also false, not picked also false. So as both are false, then it will return false. Okay. And to whom it will return false? Now we are in main if2, right? So its parent is main if2. From this point it is called. So this false will be returned to this one, main if2. Okay. Now let us come to our program again. and see. From here, from this point. Okay, it is returning the value. So from here, the controlled transport to here. Okay, and after this, our control will transport to its parent function. Okay, so again what it will do, it has already performed if and if two, right? If you remember, otherwise I will show you here. Main if two, see here, main if two, okay, already performed, and if one will be skipped. Why? Because at this point our start is 1. Okay, start is not 3, right? So its next step is if 3 statement, right? So yes, see here, it's main if 2 hyphen 2. Okay, I will provide the source code. Please run this, and once you observe completely this output, you will get clear idea. Okay, still if you did not get the idea, then watch this video repeatedly, because elaborately I have explained step by step, bit by bit. So if you observe the output and as well as watch my video, then definitely you will get a clear idea about this. Okay, otherwise this recursion is a tough concept for everyone, right? So now we are calling if 3 statement, and at this time what is the value of start and target? For that we have to observe this one. So at this time our value of start plus 1 is 2 and target is 8. One second. Yes, we are here. So our value of start plus 1 is 2 and target is 8. So again it will create a recursive call. So see, main if 2 and if 3. Through our if 3 block, this recursive call is made. Okay, and this time our start value is 2 and target is 8. Then it will call its if 2. If 1 block will be skipped because the value of start is not 3. Okay, then again it will create a recursive call with start plus 1 means 2 plus 1, that is 3, and target 8. Okay, then at this point our target is 8 and numbers of start is also 8. Okay, so when it is calling another recursive main if 2, if 3, if 2, at this time our start value is 3 and target is this 8 minus 8, that is 0. Okay, subtraction of these two. So our value of start is 3, so definitely if 1 will be executed, and if 1 will execute means its condition became true, so its block will execute. And in this block what we are returning? We are returning target comparison equal 0. If target is 0, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. So at this point it will return true. Okay, so whatever may be the other value, our result will be true this time. Why? Because look at here, what we wrote here, it is the combined value of picked and not picked. Okay, if any one is true, then it will return true. If any one is false, then it will return false. Okay, so no need to calculate further. Okay, at 1 second. Yes, at this point, when start is 3 and target is 0, it will return true to picked. Okay.